Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sparkling Future. I am Shravana and today we are going to discuss about one more shuffle operation available in Spark. So these are the various shuffle operations that are available in Spark, and we are discussing each and every shuffle operation in different videos. So before starting the session, I request all of you to subscribe to my channel and give your valuable feedback in the comment section. So in the previous videos, we have discussed some of the shuffle operations in detailed manner with some sample code base, and today's video we will discuss about CombineByKey. So this CombineByKey is also another shuffle operation which needs to be performed on top of a paired RDD. Paired RDD means a RDD with key value pairs, and this is also used for performing aggregation operations on the key in a key value pair. And this CombineByKey takes 4 parameters. First one is create combiner. This is the combiner function for applying aggregations on the given key value pairs. This function is similar to 0 value in aggregate by key, which we have seen in the previous video. And second one is the merge value. This function this function will take the value from, it will start once this gets the value from the combiner, which is the first function. So whatever value is given by combiner, it takes and it starts merging that value. And this merge value has 2 parameters. One is the value and another one is the accumulator. So whenever a new value enters this function during the code running, the sum, usually whatever aggregation function we are taking, right, so that sum will be added to the value, and then the accumulator will be incremented by 1. Then the third one is the merge combiners. So this function is used for merging the accumulators. In the previous step, whatever accumulators that we are created, right, so this function will merge all those accumulators across the partitions and it generate the final expected result. And this last one is the number of partitions. So this is for controlling the partitions of the output RDD, which is generated after using this CombineByKey. So let's look into some sample code to understand this programmatically. So friends, this is the sample code that we are going to discuss today. I have created a Scala class, Scala object CombineByKey example, and defined a main method, created the Spark context, and this is the way I am importing the Spark context, SparkConf, and in the code I have used a hash partitioner. So this is the way we can, instead of writing 3 lines of import statement, we can use this way. Okay, so here I am taking the same kind of values that we have used in the previous videos, just so that you will be easily, you can compare it with the results, and also how, if you, when you are running on your personal laptop, right, you take both the outputs from the CombineByKey, reduce-by-key, and also from the aggregate by key. You can compare the outputs very easily so that you can get a clear idea about the differences between all these shuffle operations. So this is the array of elements and I am creating RDD out of it. Then I am calling this function CombineByKey. So as we just discussed, right, about the parameters, the first one is the create combiner. So this is the value. Here V means value. What it will take is whatever some aggregation, right, it for each key it takes the value. What for A, what is the value for A? Here again 1 value. So it takes all the values and it creates the combiner for each key. Then the second parameter is the merge value. Here you can see, right, merge value. So what it will does is, this ACC is the accumulator and V is the value. So now for this value it will create the accumulator. For example, here for A, in this function it will be like A comma 3 comma 1, 5, because these are the three values available for A here. Similarly for B, it will create B, 7. So see, this kind of accumulators it will create. Hope this is clear. In C we have 5 and 3. So it will create the combiner like this. Then it will create the accumulators in this second function. So these accumulators, like for each sum, it will, for each key and this one, it will create an accumulator. So whenever there is, this is first accumulator, then for 3 one accumulator, for 2 second accumulator, and for 5 third accumulator, this way. Then the third function is the merge combiner. In the final step, it will sum up all the accumulators from across the partitions. Let's say for in one partition we will have A, 3, and in some other partition we will have A, 1, and in some other partitions we have A, 5 with accumulator values say 1, 2, 3. It will combine all the accumulators and also the values. So that way we will get the total values when we are aggregating, when we are applying the sum method on these values. Then finally the fourth parameter is the partitions, number of partitions. Here you can see, right, num partitions. It's actually optional, you can use it. So here if you wanted to have your output RDD shred across multiple partitions, you can mention in how many partitions you want to have the RDD. And here instead of hash partitioner, you can mention range partitioner or whatever available, whatever based on your code and your requirement, you can change the partitioner here. And finally I am printing that output. So let me run this code, friends. If you can remember, the aggregate key also gave the same output. So similarly the combine key also gives the same output, but the only thing is we will have different kind of approach that is happening here. And anyway, even in aggregate by key we are having this combiner, but this is actually a 0 value in aggregate by key. I mean both are same. And here also we have the sequence op in aggregate by key and combiner op. So it's actually similar to aggregate by key, just some differences. And also we can, here in CombineByKey we can have this mentioning in how many partitions you wanted to have your output RDD. And in both these operations, the no need to have the same output as the source RDD. It can have any kind of return type after running this function. Okay. So this is the main difference between these two. And also CombineByKey, because all these functions, this one and this one, are mandatory, whereas for aggregate by key we can just give some associative operation, so it can take it up with that. But here these two, by giving the accumulator and all, is mandatory. So it's a bit complicated code when we are writing. So that's why many people prefer aggregate by key over combine by key. But when you are performing summing up or something like that, reduce by key is the best. So we will check in some other upcoming videos about clear differences about all these shuffle operations. So hope this video is helpful, friends. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more interesting updates, and mention your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.